channel. If you're new here, I'm Laura. This is the Last Minute Laura channel. And when you come here, you can usually find me making something or doing something crafty. I've been gone a little while. Summer has been a busy time, but I'm back now and I'm going to start with a sewing tutorial. I want to make a circle skirt. So I have part of a pattern from a dress that is my favorite dress. And I'm just going to use the skirt part and I'm going to make a circle skirt, and I'm going to show you how I do it. What my plan is to first just cut out my fabric. I am going to try and do this without a zipper because I can't find any in my stash. I'm going to try to do buttons or ties or something, haven't fully decided, but this should be around knee length, maybe a little longer if I can manage. And yeah, so if you want to watch me make a circle skirt and maybe figure out how to do it yourself, definitely keep watching. I'm going to get started though by cutting out my fabric. I've got this really pretty brown fabric that's been in my stash for a really long time, like a really long time. Back when I had a business sewing tote bags, I had this fabric since then, and that was 8 years. So anyway, I'm gonna get started just by, I'm not gonna pin anything because I choose chaos. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to give an extra about 2 inches around the edge of this pattern piece. What this is right now is 4 layers of fabric. It's one big piece of fabric folded lengthwise and then folded again, and that is making 4 layers thick. And then this, when I cut it out, it will be a full circle because this is 1/4 of a circle, which makes a circle skirt. So let me get started with my super dull scissors. I actually just sent my partner out to go pick up another pair of scissors because these are my last good scissors. All right. And if you don't have a pattern piece and you're just doing a circle, the way you figure out your waist measurement here is you measure around your waist and divide it by 4. And that is how long this piece here should be. And there we go. So now it's actually already a circle skirt. If you can believe it, it's actually that easy for the skirt part. But we have to create an opening because this is too small to get over my hips at this point. And we need to create some finishing, and we have to do a hem. But you can see already it has all of the circle skirt stuff. So next, I'm going to cut myself a waistband. And I think I want my waistband to be just a little over 1 inch wide. So that means I'm cutting over 2 inches. Probably mine is about 4 inches right now, but that includes a seam because I'm going to need a bit of a seam on either end. Can you hear the resistance of these scissors? Oh my god. All right, so there's my seam, or there's my waistband. And now let's go over to the ironing board and get all of this pressed the way we need to before we start sewing. So I'm gonna leave 1 crease in the skirt at the back so that I know where I'm going to need to insert some buttons or closures. Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut along this line and then we will put buttons to hold the skirt closed at this point. Wish me luck. And now we've got that lovely draping skirt. And now I'm going to prepare the waistband. The way I'm going to do it is I'm going to fold in by about, I don't know, a little bigger than 1 centimeter maybe. I'm going to fold in on both sides like this. And then I'm going to be folding it in half. Actually, what I'll start with is the in half. Which side is the right side? This. Then I'll open it up and I'm just going to fold up the edges. This is just going to make it really easy when we're sewing it together to stay straight. I have a very hard time keeping straight lines when I sew. Ironing like this helps me. I also really recommend doing this if you're sewing it by hand because it's really frustrating to try and follow a straight line just with your eyeballs. It's easier if you have a little guide like this. Cool. And then, this is the easy way of doing it. You fold that first fold over. I hope you can see what I'm doing. And then I'm going to fold the other side just as far as it'll let me. And that way it's going to be even on both sides. I hope that makes sense. I think 2022 is going to be the year of cottagecore 1950s housewife style for me. But that means I've got to make it. So there's our waistband. Hey, also, if you're watching and you've been watching my Last Minute Laura stuff for a while, don't forget to like the video. I've been gone long enough that the algorithm gods may have forgotten me, so if you would leave a like, I'd really appreciate it. And if you're new and this is your first time here, then subscribe. It'll let me know that this is the stuff you're looking for. So next, we are going to do the waistband. And to do the waistband, I'm going to start with this long tube. I'm going to find the middle. And then I'm going to find the middle here. And can't tell which side's the right side. I think that's the right side. So I'm going to pin the middle to the middle. Let me bring you in for a bit of a close-up for this part. I've got my waistband, which is folded in half with the two ends folded. So I'm going to open it up. I'm going to hold the middle part of this length right there. And then I've got the skirt. So I'm going to find the middle point of the skirt right here. Here's the middle point. And then I'm going to put the right side of the tube and the right side of the fabric. I'm going to put them together. And I am just going to pin this long tube piece all across the waistband. And I've done this without pinning, and I've done it with pinning, and even though I hate pinning things, like it's one of the things that I really don't like about sewing, it actually makes a big difference in the quality of the item. Also, we're doing this so that there's no raw edges showing. That's what this is going to cover up. Because what it'll do, once we sew that side, then we'll flip over this side, and that part where we already ironed will get tucked under, and then our waistband will be pretty on both sides, which is what we want. Okay, and we are going to be doing something to the edge of the fabric here, so I'm not going to start sewing quite at the beginning, but I am going to pin it all the way to the beginning. I'll explain that when we're at the machine. Alright, now I'm going to just do the other side. Right, now I've got that whole waistband pinned. Now let's go to the sewing machine. Alright, so we're going to get started here sewing on this waistband. I'm not going to sew this first pin. I'm going to start at the second pin because we still need to do something to finish this edge. And you can see the little line from where we did the ironing, and that's the line I'm going to follow. And that will keep me nice and straight moving all the way across. again, we're gonna stop before the last pin. We're gonna stop at the second last pin. All right. All right, now I'm just gonna take out all these pins. Okay, and now we've got that seam. We can fold that folded piece. And if you see, when we fold it over, it's gonna cover up that inner seam. See? Beautiful. And now, the best way to do it is by hand, unfortunately. So we're gonna do some other jobs first before we get to the hand sewing, because that is going to be fairly time consuming. We have to hand sew all along. You can do a top stitch. Honestly, I might do that because I don't think it's gonna ruin anything for this one. We've got a pretty standard skirt going on, you know? Hand stitching it is gonna leave you with a really nice clean look on the inside, so maybe we will do that. But anyway, here's the skirt now. That's what the front will look like. And now it's time to figure out how we are going to finish this inner edge. So meet me back on the floor, let's figure that out. All right, so here's my thought. Once we have that waistband on, we can do something with the back with buttons for the top. Let me just flip it the other way. So it'll be like this, and then we'll have this closed up somehow. And this will be able to be tied into a little bow, which I really like. But we need closures to hold that skirt closed. And yes, if I sew the whole thing up, it's closed, but I can't get it on. So we need to have at least about the first 6 inches needs to be able to open. So we can sew this whole part down, but then we still need something to do up the top with. There, let me go check my button stash first to see if we've got something we can use. I've changed my mind. I found a zipper. It may be pink and it may be way too long, but we can make it work. And then I don't have to sew in buttonholes. Does anyone else have like an adverse reaction to buttonholes? I hate sewing them. Okay, so let me see how this would do. Oh, it's the entire length of the skirt. Well, that's convenient. The whole thing can just be zipped up. That's kind of fun in like its own sort of way, you know? You know what? I'm into it. Let's do that. Let me just double check that this is a good measurement for my waist. Perfect. Oh, it's gonna be cute. Pink zipper, gonna be fine. So I'm gonna pin mine because if I don't pin it, then it will for sure be ruined. It's just the rule. If I don't pin something, I will ruin it. Let me zoom you in so you can see what I'm doing. I'm just taking my zipper and I'm pinning the right side of the zipper to the right side of the fabric. So what we're gonna want in the end is it to look like that. Nice finished edge. But to do that, we have to pin it so that we're gonna sew it here. Does that make sense? Probably not. It's gonna work out fine, I hope. All right, so I'm gonna put my zipper foot on, and this just keeps the zipper out of the way while you're sewing. That's what the zipper foot has, that the regular foot does not have. All right. Okay, wish me luck. All right, now that we're close to the bottom, I'm going to zip this up. All right, zipper side 1 complete. I'm gonna pull these pins out and we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Kill me now. Zippers are so stressful. Once they're in, it's awesome, but until they're in, I find it very stressful. All right, let's do it. Awesome. Zipper is in. Let me just remove these pins. Yay! And now I'm just gonna sew across. I'm gonna switch out my zipper foot back to my regular foot. Okay, so here's the thing. I know this zipper's pink, right? And I think it would be good if we could hide it a little bit better because this is not an invisible zipper. So what I'm thinking we do is iron the fabric just a little bit over the zipper and then do a top stitch. So instead of ironing it flat and exposing the zipper, we'll iron it just a little bit over so that it covers the zipper when it's sewn up. And then I'll top stitch over top on the outside. So I'm gonna do that and pray for me. Yeah, see? That works. Just don't melt the zipper, Laura. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is top stitch from the bottom to the top to bottom, whatever, on the outside just to secure this zipper hiding technique into place. Technique lol. You know what I mean. Back to the machine. Alrighty. Now that's done up. We've got, for the most part, our zipper is nice and hidden. And now we can finish off the top because now the zipper's done. So I'm just going to take that waistband where we stopped before the pin finished, if you remember from before. I'm just going to finish sewing the waistband to the end because now the zipper is installed. I'm gonna try. There we go. Good. And then we're gonna do the same on the other side. There we go. Now that waistband is all done. The zipper meets up. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Or at least fairly cute and practical. All right, and now we're gonna do the finishing stuff. I'm gonna do a little top stitch along the top of the waistband because I like how that looks. All right, top stitch number 1 done. And now, do you think I can do it? Do you think I can top stitch the back without ruining everything? I feel like I want to just try. Famous last words. Alrighty. Inside's done, outside's done. No raw edges. Now what we need to do is finish the bottom hem. So I should probably iron it. All right, so I'm gonna iron it because it's the right thing to do. begrudgingly. So I'm just going to do a really simple hem. I'm not going to do a double like rolled hem. I'm just going to fold everything up by about 1 centimeter and iron that, because I want this skirt to be as long as I can keep it. And there we go. Now let's sew this bottom hem up. I'm going to go around one more time, just to make myself feel more secure. It's really cute. You want to see? Let me try and wait. Hold on, let me figure this out. Close these so that the light isn't behind me. Maybe you can see better. Look, isn't it cute? Let me get you lower so you can see. Nope, not enough. Ta-da! I'm very happy with it. You see the length? It's just at the knee, maybe a little below the knee. The zipper, not super visible, which is great. I think this is going to be great for fall. Look at how cute it is. Okay, let's try and get some details. So you can see the waistband. You can't really see the top stitching, but it's there. And the waistband is right on my thinnest part, and then the circle sort of flows out after that, so that way it makes me look, you know, shaped like a hourglass. And then this is not quite as long as I would have liked, but that's okay with me, if I can be completely honest. You could see if I can get that zipper. There's the zipper. And then we got easy peasy, does right up to the top. And then I've got these little ties. There's enough for me to make a bow. So you could either just leave it as a tie, or we could do a full little bow. So I can live out my Disney princess dreams. See how it hangs? And it gives a beautiful twirl. Yeah. Looks so much fancier than it is. Let me show you the hem. So it's not finished on the inside, but that's fine by me. The outside has 2 rows of stitching, so it's safe. I don't think I'm at risk of having any fraying. I've done 2 rows of stitching and it looks perfect. I did a little press. And I am very happy with it, but what do you think? So that is it for today. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I don't even know if this is a tutorial or if it's just me showing you making something. But here's my circle skirt, my new fall circle skirt. It's like a suiting fabric, so I think it's going to be actually really useful with my sweaters, because I want to have more skirts so that I can wear them with my crocheted sweaters. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and if you're new, definitely hit the subscribe button. That's the like. Click the like button and the subscribe button, and come back maybe next week. Hopefully I'll have another tutorial by then. But I really appreciate you coming by, and thank you so much to my patrons. Oh my gosh, my patrons have been so patient with me in this time of turmoil and craziness in my life. I really appreciate having all of you. If you want to join my Patreon, check the links in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you'll come back again. So I'll see you next time. Bye!